Next stage, a man looking for trouble. What can you see beyond the darkness?
When you look beyond the darkness, tell me, what do you see? It's your boy T-I-N-Y to the P. Yeah, he's looking for trouble here on twitch.tv with Crash or Jade or Spyro or Leon Kennedy. Is there a new game to start? Is he doing some art? Maybe knowledge of an 80s children's show to impart? Cause he's pentiferous, vigorous, rigorous. He's damn vociferous. When arting or Mario Karting, he's straight carnivorous. Tiny Peter. Tiny Peter.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
With a great rate of save states debating his fate, Peter's greeted by emote of cheaters when people donate. Give him a or a and we'll build up the hype, and I'll struggle to read half the words that you type. So are you ready to go? Come on, what will it be? Are we gaming or painting or watching dated kids TV? Grab a bite, crack a sprite, dim the lights, sit tight cause the stream's about to start and the mics sound right, boy. Tiny Peter. Tiny Peter.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Boy.
Hello everybody and welcome to a very spooky, terrifying October live stream from me, Tiny Peter. I'm very excited today.
Friendly ghost.
Oh yeah. Here we go. It's Monday and you know what that means. It's an awesome live stream from Tiny Peter Austin. Hello TP. How are you? How was your weekend? Fantastic work on the new spooky episode of Worst Games Ever. Hope you are having a lovely day.
Spooky fingers all the time. It's everything is so spooky. Thank you, Stephen, for your friendly ghost bits there. Yes, I'm very excited today because we're playing a spooky game, and we're playing a spooky game that's very close to
Friendly
my heart.
ghost.
It was a game that it was one of the first PC games I owned, really, or it's certainly one of the earliest memories I have of playing games on PC. I think we had this in the first house I lived in, so it can't have been much later than, well, the very late 90s. So I was, we're talking single
Friendly
figures
ghost.
age here. I may have been 6 or 7 when I first played this. I'll have to find out when it actually came out, I'm not sure. But an early memory. And a not so early memory, a more recent memory for regular viewers or long-time viewers perhaps, of TripleJump's live streams, because I have streamed this game before. I streamed it 3 years ago, almost on this very day, because it was presumably, I think it was a Halloween stream, so almost 3 years ago to the day. Is this the Goldblum one? Asks Skip intro. Yes, this is the live-action point-and-click adventure Goosebumps horror game starring, or supported by Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum is in this. It's great. As is Isabella Rossellini. Rossellini, Italian-American actress and model. Someone who I wouldn't necessarily recognise in anything else, but she's in it. Yeah. So I'm very excited, and hopefully even those of you who have seen this game before will still be excited to see it again. It's a good time. I think we're going to have a good time. Thank you, Willa Phil, for subscribing for 49 months on a 38-month streak. One more month and you have got the 10 years? How do I do the silly thing? Or is it 50? Is that half a year, 50 months? I don't even remember my stupid made up how long is a year thing. Is it 10 months? Is that what I don't know. I've forgotten. Someone remind me in the chat. How long is a Tiny Peter year? Don't know. Alt Evolutions, thank you for your Prime for 57 months on a 57-month streak. Not so far off from the 69 that a lot of people are getting close to now, which is very exciting. Okay, so...
Friendly ghost.
Oh, it's a hype train incoming. In 2 minutes, if someone else does a gift or their own sub, the hype train will be leaving. It's a ghost train. Ooh, it will be leaving the station. 18-month streak from Alien Sweat Hands. Thank you very much for the Prime. Pretty spooky. That is pretty spooky. I like how the ghost emote in the chat there is just sort of peeping over his shades. That's good. I like that a lot. I mean, we've seen you play Spyro about 30 times over the years, TP. What's one more time playing the bumping geese? Indeed. I mean, that's true to an extent, but I think I've managed to limit my actual Spyro full playthroughs to almost, roughly, maybe, possibly, one playthrough per... I've done all the PS1 games through once, and all the Reignited games all the way through
Friendly
once.
Ghost.
And the only thing I played multiple
Future
times...
but spooky because Ghost Train.
The only thing I played multiple times, I think, is Spyro 1, when I've been trying to do those special challenges. Actually, that's not true, because I played Spyro 2 without gliding as well. I don't know, I'm talking rubbish. Anyway, Hype Train is flipping heck. Lots of friendly ghosts. The Hype Train is on its way, partly because Steven Skodes gifted 2 subs that have gone to Gamer Tectation and Lazy Som, possibly, taking Stephen to 1286 gift subs. Not far from 1300 now. 13, unlucky for some. Not for me, or for the rest of Triple Jump. Hype Train is on its way to level 2. Chip Tonson's thumbs, giving 100 choo-choo spooky ghost train bits. Anthony G51 518.
Friendly ghost.
Yeah, 518. I'm reading properly.
Peter Austin's super tiny but powerful hype train.
I'm doubting my own reading ability. I'm getting so excited, but it is 518. Been missing the live streams as I've gone back to school, but colonizing Columbus Day gave me no classes, so I can join today. Oh, fantastic! God bless.
Friendly ghost.
Colonialism. If it wasn't for that, some of you wouldn't be watching today. Anyone else off today because of Christopher Columbus? Let me know. Thank you for the 10 months there, Anthony. 100 bits from Steven Skodes. Peter Austin, super tiny but powerful hype train. Yes, I'm getting a bit overexcited. We need to play Goosebumps in a minute. I think, ironically, the spooky horror-themed game will calm me down a bit. Primeval 259 with a Prime as well for 16 months. Hi TP and Walrus Clan. Hope everyone is doing well this spooky season. Lord Brotovich says, I am not. I'm not sure if that's in response to the subscription. Oh, you're not watching from Chris Columbus's... The director of Harry Potter, Chris Columbus, did not come to your country. No, that's true. Right, let's do it. Shall we play it? The hype train's still doing its thing as well, so if you want to contribute to that as we go, then please do. But if you don't want to, then don't worry about it. Right. Let me make sure that we're looking at the right thing. I believe it's this screen. Yes, it is. And I think if you just hit restart, it will just restart the entire game with a single click. I don't think it even asks you if you're sure. No, it doesn't. So careful. Don't click that. I am playing this through a Windows 90-something emulator. So we'll see how it works, but this is exactly the way I played it originally, so hopefully it's fine. So it's made by DreamWorks Interactive. Ooh. Can you hear it alright? It sounded a bit loud before I went live, so I've turned it down, but let me know if it's not loud enough. I know it looks grainy and weird. It's just the way these things looked back then. This is the full experience. Look at the limited number of colours available. The dithering, I believe, is something to do with something. Dithering? Yeah. There's a dog.
There you are. I'm so glad I found you. My house is becoming a total nightmare. Hey, Scooter.
She's got a scrunchie on the wrist. That's a vibe back in the late 90s.
Come on. I need you to come with
If
me.
you didn't have a scrunchie ready on your wrist for scrunchy reasons, who were you?
Mom and Dad go out, and I was supposed to be watching Luke and his stupid friend Clay.
Why are we on the floor?
And they're running
That's a good
around
question.
the house like wild maniacs.
Why were we on the
And
floor?
then I go, wait a sec, why is it suddenly so quiet? I don't just mean quiet, I mean you could hear a bug belch. I decide to go after them, right? I mean, they're not in the playroom, they're not in Luke's room.
They have a playroom.
I'm telling you, they're gone. The next thing I know, the house starts making these really weird noises. I'm all, what is this, poltergeist?
I didn't have a
Starts
playroom.
creaking and groaning. Lights are flashing, doors are slamming, shutters are banging. Oh, man.
Even as an adult, Goosebumps scare me.
What? Don't give me that look. Last year, we got trapped in that scary theme park called HorrorLand, and when we escaped, this monster gave us 4 free passes. Well, these are 2 of those tickets, and the others were right on top of Luke's dresser.
There's a lot of exposition happening right now. I'll fill you all in afterwards.
What? Don't you believe me? I was positive this house was going nuts.
Yeah, I've got a playroom now. This is my...
Maybe I'm
I just come here and play with the stuff on my shelves. Oh no! Oh no, the 1990s special effects got her. Oh, she got by 1990s special effects. And now the same thing's going to happen to us. Oh, the dog's gone too.
Oh no!
It's so speckly. And look at this though. Right, these are miniature sets. I know that when I was a kid I couldn't tell. I just thought, wow, this is like a gigantic practical, because you can tell that's real material stuff, but yeah.
Oh no. No possible
Right,
way.
we've got a severed hand. Ugh! First jump scare of the game
I don't even
there.
about how they did it, but somehow we're back here in HorrorLand. This can't be good. Man,
We'll let her say her piece and then
if
we'll
we're smart,
crack on.
we'll find a way out of here real fast. See,
It's very sensitive.
never know what's real here and what's not. But either way, it's always totally terrifying. Like here, for instance, Werewolf Village. Get what I mean? I'm freaking out. And of course, it has to be a full moon.
Hey! How about a little help over here?
Where's that coming from? Oh no, look.
Oh no!
So off she goes. It's so as you can see, it's there's a lot of sort of green screen FMV stuff happening, sort of mixtures of styles and visual media. So this is, I believe, some or all of it is so some of it is practical, but then some of it, like I think that in the background, just kind of looks sort of hand drawn to me. Hand drawn, you get it? No, never mind. So there's lots of spooky ambient noises. There's a little bit more. Oh, flipping heck! It's a bit janky the way it's done. The way it's being sort of emulated. So I sort of lose control of my cursor at times. But we'll muddle through. Anyway, we'll go and have the last little bit of story set up, and then we're kind of free to explore HorrorLand. So let's head down here.
Luke, what'd you do? What'd you touch? What'd you push? You must have done something to get us back here. 2 seconds alone and it gets us all in a ton of trouble.
Hey, don't blame me. All I know is I walked into my room, those HorrorLand tickets were glowing, I touched them, and poof, here we are.
Yeah.
Poof, here we are.
This
I'm not
place
sure
is
that's
scarier
appropriate
than the
anymore.
last time.
But it was okay in the
I
1990s.
guarantee you that can't be good. If they attack us, we're doomed. Who stopped you in these steps?
What difference does it make? Don't you love my sister?
Am I able to turn the sound effects down a bit? Because there's a lot of ambient howling going on right now. I mean, I know what they're saying because I've played this game about 80 times, but no, I don't think I can turn it down.
We're in a total pain and she's standing around wanting details. We're not telling you anything till you let us free.
Come on, Lizzie, find a key, a hacksaw, a crowbar. Whatever! Just get us out of here! Do
Don't you think you should at least say please? Please!
I'm so ready with all of my trivia. I want to tell you like what this kid has been in, what other work he's done. Right. Anyway, so oh yeah, spooky lady. Right. If we now, so we can click on them and they'll say little lines, and then we can go and do our thing.
This can't be good.
What are you standing around for? Do something!
Come on, you two are in pain!
You two. He's talking to me and Lizzie. Don't forget, I'm a real person here with them. So we're in Werewolf Village in Horrorland. This family, the Morris family, Lizzie and her brother Luke and his friend Clay, have they've been here before in the books by R.L. Stine. One Day at Horrorland and Return to Horrorland, I think. I don't know if Return to Horrorland had even come out by the time this. I'm not sure where this falls in the Horrorland continuity. Again, let me know if the game's a bit loud, or if it's too quiet, or if it's absolutely fine. Oh, we've got roaches. Right, we pop that in my little fanny pack. You can only take one at a time, so I don't need to get the others. And when they left Horrorland the last time, you see, I know where all these tokens are. When they left Horrorland last time, oh, see, I can't move my hand any further over to the right because. Okay, there we go. It's not quite. I can't. Thing is, I know that I can set it to full screen, and that would kind of solve the control issues. I will address all of your wonderful chat in just a moment as well. But if I go full screen here, has that now completely screwed up the the display of the game? Hang on, let me try one more time. Oh no, hang on, no. It definitely has right now, but let me just. Okay, that's almost right. But the problem is I can't now edit that while I'm in full screen on the. Okay, hang on. I think I can fix this. It would be good to be able to play it in full screen like this if I can, but the issue I'm having is when I make it full screen. So when I okay, let me okay. That's a lot better. So the problem I'm having is I make it full screen like that by pressing buttons that you can't see in the emulator. It's then full screen, right? But now, obviously in OBS, what you're seeing, it's offset to the left. And normally, if that happens when you're streaming something in OBS, you just then go over to OBS and move it around and warp it and change the size. But I can't escape the game. I can't get my cursor out of the game to go over here. And if I Alt-Tab, or if I press the Windows key, it stops being full screen. It just goes. It's like that. But if I sort of guess, I can move this little one about while it's. See, I'm just going to have to trial and error it, but we're nearly there. So I have to move the small one while I've got control, and then make it full screen again. Okay, we're so close. Oops, I've just pressed the score button there. I'm sure there's probably some other way to do this, but if I can get it almost right. That's a bit... Is that a bit too far? That's just slightly too far, but hey, that's good. We'll get there. Right, that's pretty much perfect. What am I, like 4 pixels too far to the right? Okay, if I move it that number of pixels, will that be... Or does it multiply? Should we just play it like this? Should we just... Where's the very edge of screen? Okay, yeah, you guys can see everything. There's going to be a tiny black bar down the side. But I guess there's black bars along the bottom anyway. So we'll go with that. Cool. Right. Now, I'll just lose the game for a moment while I scroll up into the chat, address everything I've missed, and then we will finally do some adventuring. Thank you to not TY Dark Phoenix or Naughty Dark Phoenix for the heart and the prime in the 19 months. Thank you to everyone who contributed to level 1 of the hype train. Wonderful. And that's kind of it. We're about right. Play it in full scream. Yeah, full screen. We're doing it. This is the content I'm here for. First puzzle solved. And maybe if we all just crop our screens to remove the black bar. That's a good idea, Delimies. Thank you for bearing with me, everyone. I think now we're good. I can't now see what you guys are seeing, but I'm assuming it looks just like it did before when I was trying to get it working. Right, now, let me grab these coins and play this piano. Only has about 4 notes, though. Spooky. I'm sure I'm probably going to end up saying a lot of the things that I said in the previous previous playthrough of this, such as oh, look, there's a werewolf there. See his little werewolf face. Such as the time I was playing this as a child, and as I was kind of clicking around trying to find what's over here. Is there anything? Oh, did I already get the coin from here? I think. As I was clicking around trying to like find other stuff, you know, find items and things, my hand just sort of slightly moved across this warthog, this boar, while I was clicking, and that noise I'd played this game many times already at that point, and I'd never heard that noise before. And as I'm clicking around, suddenly, my God, it was one of the scariest moments of my life up to that point. Anyway, here's what's on the menu. Blood pudding, finger sandwiches, fresh cut, delicious. Scrambled brains, 3 weeks old, just perfect. Our famous spider cake, stir-fried worms with lemon sauce, and tongue salad. I think you could probably actually get tongue salad in certain restaurants, actually, so it's not so silly. Right, so that was the Full Moon Cafe. You literally just come in here and grab a few coins. There's nothing else really to get, yeah, so we can leave. But at the moment, our quest is, or our current objective is to find something to get the boys out of those stocks, because if werewolves come and get them, they will die. They won't tell Lizzie who put them in the stocks right now. They will only tell her later on. I think if I click on the moon... Good. Yeah. So Lizzie will be wandering around with us. Occasionally she'll offer useful hints. Occasionally she won't.
I have a really bad feeling about this. All I want to do is get out of here.
Not really helpful. Quite negative, really. Arachnophobics, look away. We've got some tokens here, but if the spider comes, you can't get him. And even if you're quick and put your hand there, the spider will get you. But you can scare the spider away and get the coins. I know all these solutions. I know how to play this game.
Is that a dog or a wolf?
Or a wolf. Huh? Is it? The lemon sauce is the scariest part. Yeah, maybe.
It's a wolf. Whoa. What's happening? What's he doing?
Oh, God.
Whoa. That was freaky. I don't know about you, but I am moving on.
Gross. Hello, some kind of div. Welcome in. So there's a wolf in there. Can't click on anything. Nothing going on. A bit of a weird thing. You can wander over here.
Friendly ghost.
Oh, friendly ghost. Timmy Whiff. Thanks for gifting a sub to Chance8687. Oh god, this is creepy.
This can't be good.
No. There's the wolf. Oh, hang on. No. Oh, let's walk over here again. Slightly eerie thing. This, like, what looks like it just goes into sky and nothing. I can't look up or down. I can just sort of... But if I click the void out there, it goes... No, I'm alright, thanks. I'd rather not. Welcome to Werewolf Village. Do not feed the werewolf. If you can help it. Very good. Here's a bit of Goosebumps lore. If you click on this delicious water fountain... Oh. Green slime. Or... Within R.L. Stein's world, that's sort of what Monster Blood looks like. There was a series of Goosebumps books called Monster Blood, and I think there were like 5 of them or something. There were certain Goosebumps books that did really well. They were like more popular than others, and like Night of the Living Dummy, I think there were about 3 or 4 of those. The Haunted Mask, there were at least 2 Haunted Masks, I think. Right, we'll go in the butcher shop. A sign won't stop me, yeah, well, I'll feed the werewolf if I want. You might wonder why I'm collecting all these tokens. And why, indeed, I'm collecting this floor meat. There's some angry ants. I can actually hear the noise that they're making. That's how pissed off they are. Blood... Is that apostrophe S or apostrophe N? Is it blood and guts? Some jars of blood and guts. What butcher just leaves meat on shelves like that? That's horrid. This knife is haunted. Oh god, it could take your ear off. And then this is a scary freezer. Oh, with eyes in. Where are the other eyes? Why is it only doing eyes up there? I thought it was full of eyes. There we go. Yeah, it's not meant to be. Yeah. Thank you. Eyes all over the place. I always remember the Goosebumps title, Say Cheese and Die Again. It says Forgotten Media. Yeah, there was one called Say Cheese and Die, and then they did a sequel, Say Cheese and Die Again. I believe R.L. Stein didn't actually write a lot of the Goosebumps books. He had... And get ready with your badum-tish, everyone. This is true, though. I believe he had ghostwriters. That's what I read, that he didn't write them all himself. If you click on the water here, or I think even just move your mouse across it. No, we'll click on it. Ugh. That's your first proper glimpse of the werewolf. Cool. Well, these are great. These are the information boards. And there's only about 3 of these. I mean, there are a lot of these boards around. Most of them just have a map on them. But 3 of them have one of these.
Oh, hello! And welcome to Werewolf Village. Did you know that werewolf, spelled backwards, is werewolf? Well, now you do. While here at HorrorLand, be sure to visit our fabulous Opportunity Knox gift shop, conveniently located in HorrorLand Plaza. Ooh, scary.
Scary. Oh, God.
Whether you select a mummy's hand back scratcher, werewolf wine glasses that really whine,
Hi, I'm a cop, fill me up.
or any of our other countless souvenirs, you're sure to take home a keepsake you'll treasure forever. If you live that long, Ray.
Easily the best character in the game. I don't care if Jeff Goldblum's in this thing. We'll see her twice more, and she'll put on as good a performance every time. Right. So, yeah, we're collecting tokens. They're essentially meaningless. You'll lose tokens if stuff bites you, like this plant. But if you get down to 0 and take another hit, you still don't die. So they're just They're just to keep score, really.
Ew, sickening. Did you see that? It even had gross little teeth. Oh, it's horrible. Are you still gonna try to find a way to get by it?
Yep. I know the way to get by it. Let's do it now, yeah. This is the werewolf's house. It's guarded by a plant that eats meat. Oh, it's not a good sound effect, is it? Horrid. Rich M. Water said he did the original series, but not the Goosebumps 2000, apparently. I'm not that well versed on Goosebumps to know exactly what that is, but yeah, Secret Galaxy just did a video on it. Very good stuff. Oh, okay. I think the first Goosebumps book, is that a typo? I think the first Goosebumps book was, or first one you read maybe, was It Came From Beneath the Sink. Yeah. It's a good title. Some of them were really weird. Murder at Camp Jelly Jam. Maybe not murder at, but some horror at Camp Jelly Jam. My favourite part about that is that it has the scream of Lizzie. You encounter that skeleton bathing multiple times in the game, or maybe just I can think of one other time that you see it. Maybe there's two, and every time it doesn't like it. Plant that eats meat. That's the opposite of us. Meat that eats plants. Oh, true. Yeah. What is this book? Ah, yeah. These are maps of the sewers, which have monsters in them. Well, they're not really sewers, but they're tunnels. And it tells you where to trap the beast. Look, trap the beast here. Because these tunnels are full of coins. If you want them, which do I? I don't know. I remember exploring this house once as a child. Oh, here we go. There's that scary wild boar again. And I knew that it was the werewolf's house. And somewhere, I think it's in the bedroom, there's just an ambient noise that happens at random. It doesn't mean anything, but it's like a low howl. And I thought, oh my god, he's coming home. The werewolf's coming. And I got out of here. We'll probably hear it in a bit while we're rooting through his drawers. Here's his driving license. That's what he looks like normally. Sometimes he's just a wolf, and then also the werewolf. The werewolf, Werewolf Village, 1313 HorrorLand. Date of birth, sex, hair, eyes. Oh, he's got different heights and weights depending on what form he takes. £300. Night Flight horror fan video, HorrorLand Express. Lovely. We can find his pin code somewhere and use it to unlock a little mini game. Got to save disk space somewhere. Yeah. Oh yeah, these things. Oh god, the teddy with the glowing eyes. Dog breath mints. Some coinage. Can I open that drawer? No. Ultra strong fur. Oh, sorry. Ultra strong for violent smell. Floss. He's smashed his mirror. Oops. Oh, good grief. How do you trigger... I think there's a way to trigger the howling noise. Maybe not. Well, there we go. There's claw marks all over the walls in here. Right, let's head into the kitchen. Oh god, everywhere there's these boars. Oh, don't touch knives in someone else's house or anywhere. Right, on the fridge, I think, has his pin code. Is it 1313? Yeah, he's a big Star Wars fan. In season. So we'll use that later. You are due for rabies vaccination. Here's a magnet. Wanted Morris family, 10,000 tokens. That's Lizzie's family.
Friendly ghost.
Pigeon platter.
5. Hi, Peter. I hope you're well.
We're down to 5? Oh my goodness. What's in 5 weeks? Thank you very much, Matt J. Evans, for the bits. The way she said 5 was a bit creepy there. This rat won't let us get the coin. But what you can do is trick him. I like playing games where I know exactly what I'm doing. It's nice. Bone salt, death pepper. So far, we've achieved nothing other than explore the world and gather coins, but hey, that's part of the experience. Oh, it's still chewing. Now that is scary. Yeah, you're right. Appeal closes in 5 weeks, says Lobrosovich. Well, yeah, but how could Matt Jadith Evans have possibly known that the Appeal would... He started counting that down ages ago. Don't know, maybe it was a lucky guess. Because it is exactly the same month as last year's deadline, so... this fella is interesting.
Yeah, I saw that the last time we were here.
Oh, thanks.
It tells you stuff about HorrorLand. You know, like if you don't know where to go.
Do my job for me so I can have a little sip of my tea. So you take a coin and you can stick it in the slot.
HorrorLand, HorrorLand, tricks up our sleeves. Many have entered. Nobody leaves.
Sometimes it's not useful information at all. That was just a poem about how no one ever gets out alive. But sometimes they'll say things like...
Trash cans lead to tunnels below. Beware of what lurks there. Red eyes aglow.
Yeah, trash cans do lead to tunnels below. And I'll show you it now. Bonk. I'm just going to save the game, actually, because... Oh, if you hit escape in a trash can, you escape to the surface. That's fine. Chamber? What? Oh, that's... I got it. So the place I've sourced this from is the collection chamber, it's called. And so that must be a file, a save file that the person was using that has come with the game. I wonder where it is. Hang on, let me save here. Tiny Peter. Wait, what? Yeah, Tiny Peter. Okay. I have to hit load. Oh, just sort of halfway through the game. Only got 2 coins. Noob. Cool. Well, I guess I guess whoever provided this thing to the collection chamber had been playing it, saved it, and then bundled it up into a playable version, sent it out there for everyone to play, and the save file's still on here. That's fine. Right, so down we go. Is this Disneyland? Yeah, actually, there are secret tunnels in Disneyland, aren't there? So that staff can get from one place to another really quickly. Because all the paths in Disneyland like meander around buildings to make sure you're wandering around all day and get thirsty and want to buy drinks and stuff. So,
Friendly ghost.
Oh, friendly ghost.
Apologies for the lack of countdown for the
don't
last
apologise.
month. I have been lucky enough to be on shared parental leave to spend some time with my daughter, so I haven't been able to catch the streams. She also hit send on my message before I had finished, so a happy double donation. Glad I can restart the countdown as it started around 38 weeks.
38 weeks. And we're down to 5. What could it be? It's approximately the release time for the new version of the Box of Delights, I think, as well, which I talked about on Twitter. So we're in a bit where we actually have control and we can wander around. You wander up to these things and slide them, and we can get the coins, but we have to have our wits about us, because in these tunnels as the face warned us, trash cans lead to tunnels below, and we have to beware of what lurks there. Red eyes aglow. Isn't that horrid? Oh, is he going to get me? No, he ran down that way. Okay. It's awful. It's really scary. And it makes like that classic... That's a sound effect that was used a lot in the 90s and the noughties, actually. Various monsters. Okay, I've got all the coins. Now I just need to get out without getting... If the thing sees you and it touches you... Oh, there's two of them. Oh! It's coming. Am I just backed into a corner now? Is he going to come all this way? Is he going to turn around? Am I going to die? I died. He got me. I think, do you get to keep the coins though? I think you do. Let's get that. Thank you though very much for the second set of bits there, Matt Jadith Evans. Yeah, I think that's it. I think once you've once you've got all the coins, you can just head back to... Well, apparently you can just take a hit and die, or you can wander back to one of these signs and press space on the exit, and it gets you out. But you can actually, I think you can move... Some of these tunnels have more than one exit, which is interesting. Anyway, so we're still trying to find a way to free these boys. And I believe if you head over there, one of them even says...
If you're not finding anything in Werewolf Village, then maybe you need to look somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay. So Clay here, the boy who played Clay, has been in a fair few other things, somewhat famous things. He was in The Brave Little Toaster, did some voice work for that. He was also the boy in Dunstan Checks In. You know that film about the orangutan in the hotel? Don't tell me you don't know what Dunstan Checks In is. I'll be really sad. Ready for the spooky fire lady? Oh. And she did, and nothing comes of that. She's just there to spook you. That's it. She's just a spooky fire lady. Oh yeah, there are these things. So if you go on score, I think. Remember these? I collected that one, and I've just got this one. And you can click on them to get hints. It costs you a coin, costs you a token. They're apparently 777 in the game, but it is, I think, humanly impossible to get them all, because there are some mini games where you just can't get them all, or you lose some because you can't stop yourself from taking a hit. A tool-assisted speed run might be able to sort it out, but yeah. The most famous orangutan-based film set in a hotel in the US. Yeah, of course you know what it is. Yeah, Dunstan Checks In, come on. Yeah, it should be 666, Death 89. You're right. I don't know why they went with 777, but sure, whatever. So if you click on these... Getting lost during those healthy full moon jogs through the wooded countryside? Listen to Lizzie. She'll tell you which direction to turn the same way every time. So that's a hint for a bit in the game that we're not even doing yet. That comes much later on. And this one? Ever notice how a burning village can spoil your whole night? One wheel turns off the fire, one wheel turns off the ghost, one wheel turns off you, one wheel turns off two. Turn one, turn off two. Meaningless at the moment, and barely meaningful when it's actually used. Let's see what this one's like. Mr. Black, welcome.
Friendly ghost.
Friendly ghost.
Ooh, got him.
Oh, Trillian Jones, please. Someone ban Trillian Jones. Oh, is this also... Oh no, it's Werewolf Village, but it's a different one. Hello? Did I get that coin there? Yeah, I did. So that map that was in the werewolf's house is a map of all the tunnels. So you can, if you even know which one it is that you're going into, you can sort of use it to your advantage. You know, plan your route. Sometimes you can trap the monster behind those doors that can open and close. Some of them have 2 monsters, some of them only have 1. I think some of them might have 3. It's a big one, this. Oh, there's flipping loads of space. At least there's room for me to escape, though. If there are any monsters sliding around. Thing is, if even a single pixel of monster touches you, you're dead. So, oh, there's a loud one now. It's quite nearby. There it is. Oh, it got me. Okay, screw that. We're not going back in. Cool. What is this setting? Werewolfenstein. Very good. So we're going to head into a new area now. We're going to go towards HorrorLand Plaza, which we saw on the informational video. I think there's an owl here I can click on somewhere, and it says hoot hoot.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
That's all she says. Oh, where's the owl? There's an owl. An owl comes later. There's a sign here as well that at the moment we can't actually read. Just some obscured letters, but yeah. Right, let's head this way. Ooh. Don't like it, it's spooky. Right, we made it. Oh, there's something at the window there. In this area, you constantly see, oh there. See that? In various places, someone's sort of watching you. And we'll meet him later on. Oh, there's the owl. Hoot! Hoot! Cool. So, oh, there he is. He's right there. Right. Let's head over here. Hammer. Now, in true point-and-click puzzle adventure game style, you'd think a hammer might be useful for freeing 2 boys from the stocks, but it's not. That's not the solution. In fact, the hammer I don't think you use for anything handy. It's just for a very... Oh, he was up there a minute ago. It's just used for a very silly mini-game, which we get to play shortly. Right. Oh, it was on fire. Okay, cool. Let's find out more about HorrorLand Plaza.
Hello and welcome to HorrorLand Plaza. Come closer, come closer. Not that close. I'm not a Who concert. Did you know?
Oh, they have the Who
it takes
in HorrorLand.
743 specially bred rat hairs just to make one of our I can't believe it's not coconut macaroons. Mmm, yummy.
Oh.
During your visit, be sure to set aside plenty of time to explore all of our unique exhibits and dazzling informational videos.
I won't miss a single one.
Oh, stick your neck out at Guillotine Plaza. Oh, yeah, right, Marie Antoinette. And learn about the founder of HorrorLand. The nicest, nastiest, sweetest, most vicious man you'd never want to meet. I already love him.
She's great. I don't really know why she says stick your neck out at Guillotine, as they say in America, Guillotine Plaza. There's no such place. Is that just another name for HorrorLand Plaza? Stick your neck out at Guillotine Plaza. Oh yeah, right, Marie Antoinette. She's great. She's got all the. She's worked hard on that script. Anyway, we're going to head into the museum. Ooh, spooky music. We've got some pictures here. Dracula's Castle. Main Street in Vampire Village. Wolf Den in Werewolf Village. And this is a monster attractor. I mean, I'm attracted. Don't know about you guys. Not a Who concert. What an up-to-date 1990s reference. Indeed. Yeah, that's it. Always feels like somebody's watching me. There is someone in that plaza watching us. I miss these kind of shonky PC games, all those activity pack games. For example, I used to play the Hunchback of Notre Dame topsy-turvy games on my PC. Remember when you used to get PC games in breakfast cereal sometimes? I certainly do remember Forgotten Media, yes. So this is a weird room. There's no one else in here with me. There's pictures of stuff. Got the coins. We've got some vampire eyewear through the ages. It sort of slams on me. I can open it, but then it shuts. There's an eye up there. And then there's some information boards here, which we can click on in a minute, and they play some videos for us. There's the guillotine of Guillotine Plaza, and I can make it chop. There's a mop. God, hang on. Can I put that down? No, I flipping can't. Hang on. I think I have to leave the room now. Because it got a mop on my arm. Yeah, there's a mop. Another trash can, which don't think I'll go down. Not right now, anyway. Yeah, so it's all a bit weird. Oh, and then there's some lasers on a piece of toast here in the middle. Apparently it's a scarab. But it's on a perfectly toast-shaped... Look, it's flat on the bottom and it's curved at the top. No, that's toast. And the lasers are toasting it. For years, I thought that was toast. It's not. Anyway, I can't get it. So it's all a bit weird. But actually, you use your Monkey Island brain and it's very straightforward. But first, we'll learn about Madison Storm.
HorrorLand may seem like a scary, foreboding place. Because it is! Oh, for me. Waking each noon to the tortured screams of terrified tots. To see children crying hysterically in fear. To hear their unbridled shrieks. What could possibly be more fun?
Not a weird man at all. Oh, he's crying now.
If I had to grow up miserable and alone, why shouldn't everyone be as unhappy as me? I suffered. You should too. And that, people, is why I decided to create HorrorLand. You can't really tell what's real and what isn't around here, can you? Although I'm sure you're dying to find out.
That's good. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Chocolate. I need chocolate. Who stole all my chocolate? Chocolate. Yes. I'll be fine. Well, just give me a minute. I'll be fine. What was I saying?
And that's it. That's the informational video about the... He recorded that. He was like, that's it. Put it in the museum. So that's Madison Storm, the creator of HorrorLand, who had a very miserable childhood and decided, I'm going to make a place where it's possible to die. And you'll be scared of dying. I'll bring all the kids here. And I'll eat chocolate. It'll be great. But how did he populate it with monsters, I hear you cry? I'll wait. I'll wait for one of you to... But how did he populate it with monsters, I see you type? But how did he... Fun fact, the guy who directed this game went on to direct the movies Cats and Dogs, also starring Jeff Goldblum, and Son of the Mask, the sequel to The Mask that no one liked. I never actually watched Son of the Mask, but I hear it's predictably dreadful. How did he populate it with monsters, says Lord Brotovich. Oh, well, I'll tell you. Thanks for asking. Here.
Shortly after finishing Horrorland, I realized I didn't want to live here alone. So I created my cosmic monster attractor. Soon, every werewolf, vampire, mummy, and dispirited spirit came spiraling through the stratosphere to join me.
Thanks to everyone who asked the question. So he's made a machine that sucks monsters across the universe to Horrorland. And that is actually how it's described in the game. It sucks people across the world. Lizzie describes it as a giant vacuum cleaner. It's a monster sucker, is what it is. So we want the toast. I'll tell you that. I'll give you that as the starting point. We want the toast for later. It's not for freeing the boys from the stocks, but we want the toast. How do we get the toast? They've got laser eyes. Hang on a minute. What about the vampire eyewear through the ages? That's shades. But I can't get it. How do I stop that slamming down? If only I had a stick. I know. I'll come and I'll wedge it open with the mop. Oh, I can't. Because every time I try and click on something, I mop stuff. Well, what if it wasn't a mop anymore? What if I put it in there? It said Guybrush Threepwood. Chop the end off. Bring the stick to the eyewear. Wedge it. Take the specs. Stick them in your fanny pack. Put them on the Anubises, Anubi. Zap. And acquire toast. Toast acquired. Yummy. Breakfast time. That's it. We have completed the Horrorland Museum. I mean, there is a... Should we have a quick look? See if it's an interesting one. I think they're all kind of the same. If this is very much the same as the others, I will never come back here again. Oh my god. Okay, this is a bit of a weird one. It's just full of rooms. Hello, sir. You know what? I already can't be asked, so we're not doing it. Cool. It's much easier to just buy a toaster. Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, just use the hammer to smash the glass. That would have been a much better solution. But it's not the solution. Right, so we've got toast. We can't go in there because it's on fire. We still don't have anything to get the boys out the stocks. Possibly the hammer. I mean, I know that it doesn't work, but you know, you sort of feel like it could. Is that on fire as well? Okay, I think that's different to the one that was on fire before. But I think they're both on fire. Is this one? Yeah, okay, they're both on fire. That's all right. There is a theatre though, a movie theatre. Grab the ticket. And this is just actual sort of trailer footage, like genuinely, of what's it called? The thing from outer space or something. Anyone? It's sort of an infamous. It's Bela Lugosi. Plan 9 from outer space, yeah. Which isn't that meant to be, even for an old film, it's meant to be quite bad. I think it's got a bit of a bad reputation, hasn't it? The Plan 9 from outer space. And look, it's a bit Mystery Science Theatre. You've got some people sitting at the front. It's a classic bad film, says Ed Hoyk. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Never seen it, but then over here we've got Doom slides. Now, in the books, and indeed in the game, Horrorland is populated by horrors, and horrors look like this. Oh, God.
Take a chance. I would. I do. Worst thing that could happen is you'll end up sliding to your doom.
I've never, ever known what it is that he or she is saying, apart from the last... They say worst thing that could happen is you'll go flying to your doom, sliding to your doom. But at the start, they just sort of go, Aru, I do, and then they start speaking English. I mean, they're speaking, but they've just got so much latex on, you can't get a word of it. If anyone ever tells me what that person is saying, it will solve an age-old mystery for me. So we're going on the doom slides now, or we're at least going to go up and check them out. You come up here, they're all numbered. You don't know which ones are... You don't know what's going to happen. Some of them are closed for repairs. And if you decide, not sure, might just go back the way I came. This seems too intimidating. I don't want to go down the super fun happy slide. If you click on here, you can just hear Madison Stormer's laughing because look, there's like a pane of glass is closed behind you. So you can't leave. You have to pick a doom slide. I'm going to pick lucky number 6. Oh my god, I went upside down there. A couple of them go over fire, which is kind of cool. Bonk. And I think this one, yeah, just comes out at the bottom of HorrorLand Plaza. But they end up going to all sorts of places in Horrorland, including some areas that you don't normally access until later in the game. You can then get back out of them, but yeah, it's kind of weird. So that's the Doom slides. Super happy Doom slide, yeah. I was just going to ask what they said, says Ghost of Mozart Official. I don't know what they say, other than worst thing... I think they're telling you something about the Doom slides, and they say, worst thing that could happen is you go flying to your doom. But the start of it, not a clue. Lizzie, you got any positivity to offer us?
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Well, so you've got your hammer, and maybe at this point you're like, okay, I'll try that on the stocks. I'm going to head back to Werewolf Village. But,
What's that? Did you hear that? Oh no! Werewolf Village is on fire! Luke and Clay, we've got to get... What if they're still in the stocks? The whole place could be burning up. Come on!
oh my god. Like they didn't show that it was on fire. It's just implied off screen.
Crazy, but, I mean, if anything happens to him... It can't. It won't. I've got to get to him. I've got to save him.
Yeah.
Clay too.
They're
my responsibility.
They're my responsibility. Oh my god. It's not implied anymore. It's actually on fire.
I've got to get in there. I've got to rescue them.
Well, she's left us behind. And now there's a fire. And now this sign is visible. Show times for the fire show. So, you know, you go to theme parks, they have various shows. This one has a show where they set the whole village on fire. Nice. Anyway, fortunately, there's a lovely little worm man down here to help us. Well, he doesn't help us at all. Well, he sort of does, because if you press the right lever, he says, There's a series of... It's all a bit complicated. Anyway, that's... So you can mess around with that to turn the fire off if you do the right sequence. And remember... one wheel turns off the turn one turns... that's what that is for. But if you're like, you know what? I'm just going to leave him to die. I don't care. I'm going to go back and watch those information videos again. Look at that. That's horrid. Isn't that horrid? That's really horrid. So some of the special effects in this, the actual practical stuff that they've done is really cool, I think. I'd watch that show. says the Rottweiler. Yeah, just set the village on fire. 3 stars, says King Gwendo. Yeah. You must help her, TP. Yeah, I suppose I better help. Turns out we've been getting stocks wrong for years. What we think of as medieval stocks, restricted hands and head, are actually called a pillory, which is the phrase where getting pilloried comes from. Whereas stocks only restrain people by their feet. That's right, yeah, I'm aware of pillories. But I didn't realise that stocks were specifically just feet. No free feet. So, there's unnatural gas, natural gas, and supernatural gas. I think the point is we want to turn off the natural gas, because that is fueling the fire. But if I turn it off, the supernatural gas turns it back on again. So there's a mischievous ghost coming out of the supernatural gas. Can I turn the supernatural gas off? No, I can't. Because if I do, it turns on the unnatural gas, which fills the area and chokes us. So I believe what I can do is simply... No, it's the other way around. You, Oh right, yeah, whenever you use the supernatural gas, it inverts whatever is happening to the unnatural gas. Because of course it does. So you turn on the unnatural gas, and you're almost going to choke, and then quickly turn off the supernatural gas, which turns off the ghost hand. Ghost hands! And also undoes this. There we go. And then we turn off the natural gas. And the little worm tells us that we're correct by saying and this is what the hammer's for. Seriously, this is the only use, I believe this is the only use for the hammer in the entire game. You go bonk on his head, it does a fart noise, and then and you can play Whack-A-Worm. That's it. That's the hammer. It's good, isn't it? I just want to hear him say it one more time. Say it. Oh my god, I can't turn. Hang on, I've got to do the whole puzzle again now. It's good. We'll meet that worm again later, actually. So, anyway, are the boys, have they been burnt to a crisp? Because honestly, Goosebumps, I wouldn't put it past Goosebumps to have the charred remains of two young boys. But actually, no. They're gone. They left some coins behind. And there's a little strip on that one, whatever that means. And that's it. We don't know where they've gone. We don't know where Lizzie is. We have to find Lizzie. And remember, at any point, you can go and ask the talking head for a clue. I don't know if he's going to offer us anything. I always forget to come and...
Boys in stocks got unlocked. Somebody appeared and... Oh, forget it. You think it's easy trying to make everything come out as some cutesy little rhyme? The point is the boys are gone, okay? They're G-O-N-E, gone. You want rhymes? Send a fax to Mother Goose.
Well, that's not a hint, telling me that the boys are gone. I noticed that. Anyway, cool. We can rescue Lizzie now. Oh, hang on, no, she's not in here. She's in the butcher's shop. I mean, if you think I'm opening that, you got another thing coming. That's why sometimes it's good not to stick to the recipe. 2 charred boys, try smoked bacon instead. Yeah. Oh, God.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you. I was freezing in there.
I mean, that's the opposite of a charred boy, isn't it?
Creepy, slobbering werewolf that stuffed me in there.
Frozen girl.
Who knows? If you hadn't showed up, no, I would have been.
Wow. So the werewolf put her in a freezer.
Of course, when I got to the stocks. The boys weren't there. This place is really starting to get on my nerves. As scary as this place was last time, it's 10 times more scarier at night. Like the werewolf. That was no guy in a costume.
Mm.
But you're not going to wimp out on me, right? Because you see, I set this trap. What?
How did you have...
Don't give me that look. It'll
How has she had time to set a trap?
You're gonna help me.
Thinking about it.
See, once we find the werewolf again...
Friendly ghost.
To help trap him is...
Happy 420 BBBB blazed my dudes Lord 16 dad. Well, since we are all getting goosebumps today, here are some goose jokes. Why does everyone
Can't
listen
pause
to
it.
the well-dressed goose? He's a propaganda. Ha ha ha. Why did the police arrest the goose? They suspected it of foul play. I.e., what sound does a Swedish goose make? John. Ho ho ho. In what language does a goose speak? Portuguese.
Portuguese. Oh, look at that.
What did the goose say when he found out about flying south? Wanna hear my great idea? Hi.
Run to me. All right.
No, I still can't pause it.
Over here.
Well, anyway, if you go the wrong way, you die. Oh. Horrid.
This way.
Friendly ghost.
We'll blaze it in a moment.
BBBBBBB goose BBBBBBBB bumps BBBBBBBB horror BBBBBBB land BBBBBBB werewolf BBBBBBB escape from spooky HorrorLand blaze it.
Right. So
Over here.
Lizzie says
No, wrong way.
she says run to me over here and this
Run
way.
to me.
Uh,
No, wrong way.
And each one is linked to either you either go straight, left, or right.
This way. All right.
Right. So this way means left. You have to just work it out.
Over here. All right.
Okay. Over here means right.
Run to me.
Straight.
All right.
Okay. Is that it?
Hey,
That's
over
it.
here. Dive off the path. Do it.
So Lizzie set this trap. I've no idea how she had the opportunity to do that. Right, so we got the werewolf. He keeps whacking your hand, but you can grab his this hand that he's wearing around his neck. And as soon as you put it in your inventory, the game does half of a puzzle for you and puts the toast in the hand for some reason. Well, I know why, but yeah. Right, we're done. Thanks for blazing it, everyone.
So it didn't go as I planned. But you're alive, aren't you?
Thank you, Stephen and Lobrotovich, for your bits.
Come on, this way. It's a shortcut to HorrorLand Plaza.
This way. Does that mean left,
I don't even
straight,
wanna
or
think
right?
about what will happen if my parents get home before us. But I know Mom and Dad will freak it big time, and no matter what, I'm the one who'll get blamed. By the way, I saw...
Oh. She's been snatched. We're going to run and leave her behind. Okay, great. So... I've snatched that sniveling Morris girl so that she may suffer the magnificent misfortune of my truly transforming, delightfully deforming experiment. A veritable vortex of vampire bats couldn't stop me, and certainly not you. Cheers, Madison Storm. Great. So now, we've got no Lizzie, the boys are still missing. What's happening? What do we do? Fortunately, we have a helping hand to tell us what to do. He's down here. It's the guy who's been watching us in HorrorLand Plaza all this time. And, can we just go home? Suggests Lobrotovich. That would be nice, but I think that's part of the problem. We don't know how to.
Psst, over here. Stump is me. Bad at being bad. Is that good? Shouldn't be helping. Can't help it. Don't tell. Trouble. Friends? Maybe? Good, good. Looking for Luke?
Yes.
Among kings, no crowns, under triangles lodge, huge lodge. Clay, elsewhere maybe, understand? Good, good, must go. Follow? Don't follow Stump, could be bad. Or not. Stump is me, and Stump I do sometimes. Or not.
I mean, I know the solution to all these puzzles, and even I don't know what that means. So that's Stump. He's bad at being bad. He shouldn't be helping, but he can't help it. We're going to go to the delicious, crispy, fleshy sign for the Bat Barn. Take the coin and head towards the Bat Barn. Stump is me, Stump is you sometimes or not. That says Ghost of Mozart official. Oh, Ghost of Mozart, spooky. What in the Power Rangers villain is that? Looks like a Series 1 Buffy villain. It does. Stump is great. I believe if you turn the camera, as you sort of turn around here, sometimes you see a little frog that's just like, it's just a cartoon frog. It doesn't even vaguely look like it. There. It's a tiny little, it's a perfectly hand-drawn Disney frog in this sort of
friendly ghost,
semi-practical and partially CG world. Yes, the Dandy Man can. Subscribe via Prime. Thank you very much, Dandy Man can. Welcome to the Walrus Clan. It's good to have you. Thank you for subscribing via Prime. So we're at the Bat Barn. I believe there was actually just a Goosebumps book called The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. Or it was something about the Scarecrow anyway. Oh man, I went to get food and I missed Stump, the best character in the game. Oh, sorry. You'll see him at the end of the game next week. So we can't get into the Bat Barn. I'm clicking on it. I can't go up to it. There's a very creepy Scarecrow just standing there. And of course the Scarecrow walks at midnight. But we have to be able to get the Scarecrow to walk to open the Bat Barn for us. And the way we do that is by clicking on pumpkins.
Scac, scac, scac. Walks, walks, walks. Mid, mid, mid. Scac, walks, mid, scac, walks, mid, scac, walks, mid, walks, mid, mid.
You can set up a chain of syllables and get them to say
night.
The Scarecrow walks at midnight. So
scac, 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 crow, scac, crow, scac, crow, scac, crow, walks, scac, crow, walks, scac, that, scac, crow, walks, that, scac, crow, walks.
The silly thing about this is you can work it out with trial and error. Some of it is clear. She's saying scare.
Scac.
He's saying crow.
Crow.
He's saying walks.
Walks.
He says mid.
Mid.
He says night.
Night.
But the others are fart noises. And all that leaves is
that.
Just sounds like he's saying dead, really, if you ask me. And then this one, he's actually saying the, but it almost sounds, to me, it sounds like a B sound at the start. I used to think he was saying bite or something. But Anyway, the reason I ever the whole reason I solved this puzzle as a kid was because I managed to get them to say,
Scarecrow walks mid. Scarecrow that mid. Night.
Right, so
Scarecrow walks at midnight.
And I used to think, well, hang on, why is it not working? I don't know.
Midnight.
Unfortunately, you can set up the chain. You can start mid-sentence as long as you loop back round. So if I start at like
midnight.
So they're saying
at midnight.
At midnight.
At midnight.
But if I click on this,
midnight.
they'll start from the beginning. So I got it set up so they were saying Scarecrow walked at midnight, and then I just happened to click on this guy, and it added that to the end of the chain, which became the start of the chain, and I solved the puzzle. But if not for the fact that I hadn't clicked that randomly once as a kid, having set up them saying Scarecrow walks at midnight a million times and had no effects, I never would have solved this, because he's not saying the. He's not saying the. Don't tell me he's saying the. Anyway, let's do it. Hang on. Yeah, so I did it like this.
Scarecrow walks at midnight. Scarecrow walks at midnight. The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
Good. This is spooky. My sister used to hate this. I think she had nightmares about this guy. He's actually an ally, though.
Once more to open the door of the old barn teeming with bats. Don't try to hide by not coming inside. I insist you must. And that.
Oh, and he sort of Jack Sparrows off into the darkness. And you never ever see him again. To be fair to your sister, that man is terrifying. Of course he is. I agree. The Scarecrow walks at midnight sounds like a code for a spy. Yeah, it does actually. Cool. Well, in we go. Oh no, actually, before we go in, one of the most entertaining bits of the game. Now, when you click on any one of these pumpkins, they all say the Scarecrow walks at midnight in a different voice, such as
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
Or
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
Or
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
But some of them do sort of vaguely recognizable impressions of celebrities. For example,
The Scarecrow walks at midnight, and he will kill you. You will die.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's a good one. This one, I feel like
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
I'm not quite sure if is that meant to be someone. I used to think it sounds a bit like Doc Brown or someone.
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
Not really.
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
This one I think just says the
Scarecrow walks at midnight.
Walks at midnight.
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
That one just hoots.
The Scarecrow walks at midnight, Mr. Carter. I swear, he is absolutely scary. It's unbelievable.
That's John Travolta, I think. And this one is Jimmy Stewart.
Friendly ghost.
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
Walks at midnight. The Scarecrow kind of, walks.
It's quite good.
At midnight.
I like that one. Paul McCartney, says Forgotten Media. Which one's Paul McCartney?
The Scarecrow
Not that one.
walks at midnight.
The one on the left, is that Paul McCartney?
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
Surely not.
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
I'm not sure who Peter Law is. But maybe that's who this one is.
The Scarecrow walks at midnight.
This one's just woman, but maybe it's meant to be Marilyn Monroe or someone.
The scarecrow walks at midnight.
Well, it's not. That's not what she sounded like, is it? That's not Marilyn Monroe. I think some of them are just stock characters, like street urchin.
The scarecrow walks at midnight.
The one with the hat is McCartney. Well, this one.
The scarecrow walks at midnight.
Or this one.
The scarecrow walks at midnight.
None of these are Paul McCartney, surely. Sounds just like him. The tall one, this one.
The scarecrow walks at midnight.
That's not Paul McCartney. Surely not. Anyway. Plot twist, they're all Paul McCartney. Maul McCartney. The one in the hat sounds like Embryo. Yeah, I suppose it does, actually. The white one. Oh, there we go. You have to turn the light on. I think there's a trash can in here, yeah, with a card on it. Now that we've done the fire thing with the worm, by the way, you can go in those trash cans in HorrorLand Plaza that have fire in them. They're no longer on fire, but yeah, whatever. If you can do a good Jimmy Stewart impression, you are a friend of mine. I don't think I can. So this is where the person who made the emulated version of the game saved the game, roughly. This is the way to Vampire Village. But hey, here's something that scared me as a child. So my sister was scared of the scarecrow. Fair enough. I was scared of the zombie tennis player. Oh, God. And thank God it just stops there. And now it just guards Vampire Village. But, I mean, that alone, the walk is spooky. The face it has as it's standing there is spooky. And the sort of aggressive whack animation that it does if you try and get past is also spooky. Look at this. Oh. And again, the backhand is horrid. Anyway, we can't go to Vampire Village is the lesson there. We're not allowed to go there right now. We'll go to the Valley of Lost Kings. Hashtag whack. Yeah. And suddenly, we're in ancient Egypt. Now, if you remember what Stump told us, if we're looking for Luke, he's under triangles large. Well, we can go into some pretty large triangles right here in the Valley of the Lost Kings. He also walked like an Egyptian, if you remember. Stump is me and Stump I do sometimes, and then he sort of does that. I don't really know why he says that, but anyway. We go to the pyramid. Considering how expansive this area looks, you can't really go anywhere else as far as I'm aware. Can't go over there or over there. Oh, welcome to the Valley of the Lost Kings, home of the dead. Great. Go to the pyramid. We've kind of just organically solved this puzzle already, but if you head over here and click on this hand, if you get here before you have any of the relevant items, a spooky voice will tell you that you can't enter without a special item. And if you find either the hand or the toast, and then click on it, he says, a clever but incomplete start. You still need to find, and then he gives you a cryptic hint to find the rest of it. But as you can see, it's a hand with like an eye on it, or a scarab, or whatever it is, and that's what we've made. So, in fact, will he speak to me, or will he just... No, he won't say anything. So we won't hear his... Oh, actually, we will hear his voice, because he'll say it now. Spooky voice incoming. Enter and proceed with the utmost caution. A hand holding toast, that classic Egyptian symbol. Here he is. This is his voice.
Well done. Enter and proceed with the utmost caution.
Okay. We made it. So now to go further, I think if we go left or right, I'll just back out of the music, the pyramid. So you simply have to rotate these until you've got a full thing. But if you press it too many times, it will reset. Oh no. It might be about... I might have run out of clicks. Oh no, there we go. Just enough. Fab. So we can now enter that tomb. Because we've been told that... Oh, look how the fire goes over the black bars there. That's very poor work by DreamWorks Interactive. That's a trash can Egyptian style without a metal lid. But, you know, still has metal rings around it. Bling. Yeah, we've been told that Luke is here, so that's what we're trying to find. We can't open that one. We can back out if we want to, but we don't want to. We're going to head down here into a mild peril scenario that actually has 0 consequences whatsoever. So we're in here, and if we try and go through the door, nothing happens. You can sort of peel these things off and swap them around and stuff. But what we want is this whip, which is underneath the hat. And the thing I like about this hat is that you can see there's a bit of sort of curve. There's like a bit there where you can tell they've just taken an actual image of Indiana Jones and removed his head from it. Maybe this does fill with sand, because it is slowly going up. If you're just really slow, it probably just kicks you out of the room and you have to do it all over again. So I'm going to be quick. Basically, we want to match this pattern on all of them. So the mouth thing goes there, that goes on the bottom. Where does the red one go? At the top. So you're just doing a bunch of swapsies, basically, until you get everything in the right place. Yeah, maybe you do a sort of soft death if the sand builds up too much. But anyway, it's quickly done if you're just swapping stuff into the right place. Jindiana Wands, yeah, Montana Smith. So we've got a whip now. I believe there are certain situations where you can actually make it. Oh, nice. It will do a whip animation as you're clicking it, but it won't do it right now. Anyway, I know what that's for. We'll use it later. So some of these we can't open with our hands, but this one has a crowbar in it. So we can crowbar this one open. And prepare your pants, prepare your knickers, they are going to be wet. Wetted. Have you wet your pants?
It's about time somebody got me out of there.
It's okay.
I was getting scared in that box.
Well, it's not okay if you soil yourself. You still have to deal with it. But
I'm chicken. Just scared I was going to become a permanent Luke in the box for life. I don't know who's in charge of this place, but it's not funny anymore.
He sort of...
See, it was those gross horrors who dragged me and Clay through the stocks. They dragged us through some underground tunnels. I have no idea where Clay ended up. But wherever he is, you can bet he's not happy.
No.
See, when the horrors were trying to put these bandages on me, I'm like kicking and screaming. And I finally managed to pinch one of them. Sucker of it, it's deflated like a helium balloon.
So apparently if you pinch horrors...
I don't see my useless sister. What'd she do? Did you? Save your breath, I know how she is. Hey, what do you think the deal is with that picture on the wall?
What picture?
It's like some kind of an ancient ceremony.
Yeah. Little cut there to hide him taking off the rest of the bandages. Handy.
Come on, we better go find poor Clay. You know how he gets.
Sure do. Yeah, Luke, there are several occasions where several of the actors in this game sort of stumble over their lines, and, you know, ideally they probably should have done a second take, but they don't always, they didn't always do it. But yeah, apparently, so horrors, like Stump, or the green one at the Doom slides, those sort of goat-looking things, apparently if you pinch them, they deflate. Apparently, it's sort of mentioned by Luke in that one moment, and it's never used again. No one ever, no horrors get pinched or deflated for the rest of the game. You do now. I hope you've put. If you did put clean pants on, actually take those off. Put your dirty pants back on, because you will need those now. Then put the clean ones on in just a moment. It's about to get... So this was probably the other moment in the game that really scared me as a child.
Move it! What do you want to do? Die of old age in this place?
Rude. Move it! There's the dog. It's brought a leg. Right. There's a mummy coming. And look how horrid it is. I used to flippin' hate this guy. Look at him. Oh, he's glitching around, glitching around a bit. I don't think it's possible to get all of the coins in this area, because... Can I get past him? No, he can't. So I took there was a branch in the path there, and look. See, there's a coin there and there's a coin there, and it doesn't loop. It doesn't loop round. It's I think it's impossible to get all the coins in this game.
That's the mummy! He's trying to get in! Do something! What are we gonna do?
Old age is scary. Yeah, we'll all look like that one day. Anyway, here he is. We have to fight him now. He's a bit less scary in a nice lit room, but... Are they? Are mummies supposed to be afraid of fire? Right, his ring has paralyzed him, apparently. So he takes all your coins by punching you. This is why I don't think it's humanly possible, even if you could collect all the coins. Relight the torch. There we go. I don't think it's possible to... Oh, flip's sake. Puts the fire out. Yeah, even if you collected all of the coins by finding them and clicking them, some attacks in the game are, I think, unavoidable, and you're just going to lose all your coins. So I would love to see someone finish the game with 777 coins. Although maybe it doesn't matter how many you have at the end. I think it might just be you have to collect them all. It probably doesn't matter. Maybe the game doesn't count how many. For God's sake. Did you see that? That column moved. God's sake. There we go. Oh, it's not a good voice. But again, you know, if you were wrapped in bandages and then put in a coffin for 2,500 years, you'd probably sound like that too. So, yeah. I like how the mummy is just throwing jabs at you. Yeah, it's good. That would be terrifying, to be fair, just crawling through a small vent with a mummy chasing you, not knowing if you've just hit a dead end. You'll hit a dead end and be killed. Yeah, I know. It's awful. Love how he has a paralyzing ring but decided not to use it in the vent. Yeah? Or to use it against me. Anything. Anyway, here's the mummy. Look at him. Anyway, we want his ring, apparently. And he seems to sort of offer it. You know, he doesn't seem that bothered. We've got a hand, we've got a ring. Oh, he's free.
Whoa, did you believe that? Is this a dream? That ring is like a megawatt super zap.
I'm all, is this a dream? Right. Oh, he's not saying anything. Clicking him, he's saying nothing. Love this. Good picture, innit? It's great. He's got a lizard, got a snake. He's got a face like an aardvark. Good. It's good stuff. Is this... which is the way out again? Oh, that is the way out. Hello, Drew. Welcome in. We're revisiting an old classic today.
What are you just standing around for? Do something!
So we've come out of that back door. So now we've got a ring, but you know we still need to find Clay and Lizzie. And now there are multiple ways that we can get to the next part of the game. We can use the whip that we've just acquired. But actually, you don't even have to do that. You can use a doom slide, which, as I said earlier, will take you to different parts of the game world. So I'll show you where you would use the whip normally, Chief Whip, because then we'll get to see the whipping animation, and I feel good about the fact that I get to kill this zombie. I mean, whose idea was this? They're like, oh yeah, well, we'll have a zombie guarding Vampire Village, but it's a tennis player? Alright, sure. Here's one of the worst visual effects in the game. I accidentally looked in my bag there. Just sort of turns to bits. Anyway, Vampire Village is that way. We can now go that way if we want to. But,
That barn? No thanks. I mean, please. Feel free to go in there if you want to. There's a good chance you'll even find the others. But me? The only place I like to find bats is on a baseball field. Catch you later, okay?
So he just chooses to split up because there's bats in here, even though there was a zombie right there. He's like, I'll stay with the pieces of zombie on my own. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't ever want you to be accompanied by anyone here at the bat barn. So Clay is never here. If you try and come here before Lizzie gets taken, when you click on the skeleton sign that's going towards the bat barn, she comes into frame and says, like, ew, bats, or something, and refuses to come with you. So, yeah. Right, now, if we go on the Doom slides... Oh, yeah, and then you get coins this time. I mean, you did see something similar happen to Jamie in the casting of Frank Stone the other week. Yeah, I know, people just... I don't know why people in horror fiction split up as much as they do. I recognise that child actor from back when I was a child actor. Oh, from when I was a child, non-actor version. Yeah, he's been in... Oh, what's he been in? I know that he's the voice of Panicky Smurf. I can tell you that. And he's been in something else. So yeah, you probably do recognise him from something. So now these ones are... the boards are gone. I can't remember which one. Is it number 8? Takes you to... Let me save the game so we can backtrack if we need to. Number 8, I think. Takes us to Vampire Village and over a fire pit. Now this game was it used to come with 2 discs. And at this point, you know, going to Vampire Village, normally it would ask you to insert disc 2. So I'm hoping that this emulated version can cope with the fact that disc 2 is not going to be inserted. It's already virtually there. But, you know, I did stream this once years ago, so hopefully it works in some way. Where's the fire? I want to go over the fire. I used to think it was so cool when I was a kid. I was like, whoa, yeah, that's rad. Metal AF. Or you just stuck in a doom slide forever. Hello? Is it just loading or something? Is this hiding a loading screen? This is life now. I mean, I think I might be able to skip it if I press escape. I'm just... Yeah, okay, it's just looping the same thing, isn't it? I'm glad I saved the game. But I can't skip it. Oh, okay, maybe I can. I mean, all I've... Oh! Okay. It's kicked us out here. Yeah, that was weird. That was a little bit glitchy, I think. Hopefully we can go down number 10 and make it to Vampire Village. If not, we'll walk there. I'm not quite sure what happens though. It's like you're about to go upside down, but then you come down again. Okay, show us the fire. We want to go over the fire. Are the doom slides just broken? They might be. We just keep going sort of upside down and then we're fine. Oh, there we go. Bonk. Please insert disc 2 and press enter when ready, or escape to cancel. I think if I press enter... Oh, it works. Welcome to Doom. Population 0 humans. Oh, and a bug. So I guess the vampire village is called Doom. There's Luke. He's caught up with us. He happened to know that we'd be coming to Vampire Village. And I think we can actually just click... Oh, there's the slide exit. Ooh, gothic. I think if we click here... This is actually the pathway where the zombie was guarding. We've lost all the ambient sound, but... Oh, see, it was only a short walk. Oh, there's a thing there as well. Trash can. Let's look in this one. I don't know if I've ever been in this one. Because I always used to get to Vampire Village on the slide, and I only discovered you could kill the zombie with the whip. Like, I don't know. Well, probably 10 years after I used to play this game. Is he still coming to get me? No, he's... Okay. Oh, that one didn't make the noise, but we got it. This is a bit of a tricksy one. I don't quite know where. I don't quite know where I'm going. A lot of room down here. A lot of side corridors and things. I'm glad that the monsters make noise at least, because you know whether or not they're nearby. Oh, like that one is nearby. Oh, I think he's right behind me. Oh, he is. No! They're so horrid, aren't they? These used to scare me a lot as a kid as well. An awful lot of things used to scare me. How did you beat the zombie without the whip? Says Death89. Well, I didn't beat the zombie. You mean when I used to play it as a child? You don't have to beat the zombie. You can get to Vampire Village just on Doom Slide number 8 without ever using this pathway. You don't ever have to defeat the zombie because you can just get here on the slide. So, yeah. I'm I'm trying to think if there's anything, because this is sort of the second half of the game now. I mean, partly by virtue of it being on the second disc. So I'm just wondering if there's anything else back in the first half, because this might be a good place. I know I started streaming sort of a little after the hour, and it's only just 7 o'clock now, but short of there being anything else to do in sort of Werewolf Village, HorrorLand Plaza, this might be the ideal place to pause.
Bet barn?
Bet barn? No thanks. The only place I like to see bats is on the baseball field. So now when we come to areas... Oh, there's Stump. Areas like this. Luke is standing around instead of Lizzie, I think, somewhere. Oh no, does he not? Oh, maybe. Oh, I guess he just never comes through the bat barn. I thought you sometimes see him in Werewolf Village. I must be thinking of Vampire Village. Yeah, I think we've explored the first half here. I think we've done it all, apart from obviously complete a bunch of trash cans, which we're not going to do. Interestingly, once you do the fight with the werewolf, or the escape, werewolf escape, if you come over here now, the wolf is gone from this cage. So that's what was chasing us. Yeah, that's probably a good place to call it. I hope you've had a good time. Any excuse to play this game, I'll play it again and again. Oh, let's see what. See, the other thing is, I never once you get to Vampire Village, or honestly, once you've done the fire challenge and then you're off in the Valley of the Kings and stuff, you never come back and speak to this riddle man. But I think he gets regularly updated with new riddles that are relevant to whatever your latest objective is. So I'm kind of curious. Look all the coins I've lost to that mummy. I only got 15 left. I had loads before.
A ring's just a ring until it shines. Fire it, buff it, great power you'll find.
Yeah, so eventually we're going to have to use this ring for something, but at the moment it's got no power, so we have to make it shine by using fire.
Man, I hate this gig. Who booked me here anyhow? This Madison Storm is a big fat drag to work for. A real raging lunatic. Somebody get my agent on the phone. Aren't I at least entitled to have a lady wall nearby?
Oh my god! Excuse me? As I say, I never used to come back and play with this face. Aren't I entitled to have a lady wall nearby?
A true genius soars like planes in the sky. If brains were parachutes, you'd never fly.
Rude. Well, I'm going to leave him to his dreams of a lady wall, and I'm probably going to leave you all to your dreams of lady walls, or whatever it is that your proclivities. There was a lady wall in that episode of Doctor Who, wasn't there? They'd get on pretty well. You know, that paving slab woman? I think... Oh, we almost... Did we do this? No, we did... Oh, yeah, we did. Okay, never mind. Thought there were a couple of coins there that I'd missed. Yes, okay, well, I'm going to head to Vampire Village. I'll save the game there, and we'll call it. But thank you, everyone, for joining me for this episode, this first half of my replay of Escape from Horrorland. And it's a bit late for me to say so now. I should have said right at the start of the stream, but, you know, hopefully it's not too confusing to those of you watching on the VODs channel who already have 2 old episodes of me playing Escape from Horrorland available. And hey, if you don't want to just completely spoil all of next week's stream, do not go to the VODs channel and watch my old second half of Escape from Horrorland, because frankly, it's probably almost identical in the way it plays through. Because, you know, that's me. I'm predictable and boring. But hey, as I say, any excuse to replay this game, I will take it. So I thought, hey, it's been 3 years. Surely I can play this for... the second and third weeks of October, and then of course on the final week of October. It fits so nicely. I had today to fill in. I had to do something spooky today. I knew I've got next week to fill in as well with something spooky. So I was like, I need a two-parter spooky game, really. What am I going to do? And then of course, the final week of October, we will sit down together and watch some terrifying sort of vintage, possibly aimed at children but too scary for them content. So I'm looking forward to that. I've already got a few clips in mind. So yeah, do give me a shout if you like as well on social media if there's anything, preferably quite old, sort of from the year 2000 or older, sort of old media that's a bit spooky. Preferably aimed at kids, but whatever. And the wonkier the better as well. Kind of special effects like this are good, I think, for the kind of stuff that we like to react to. So yeah, end of the month, we'll do a watch along of something spooky. But until then, I'm going to save the game and have to type it in every time. And that's about it. Well, let me head over here. And hey, is there someone streaming? Should we do a little raid? Perhaps someone at that's me talking on the stream. Perhaps someone Cultaholic. Who's streaming over there? Is it Andrew? It is. Andrew is playing. So let's /raid Cultaholic. Andrew's playing Silent Hill 2, which I believe James Jenkins has been streaming on our channel. But hey, why not head over and say hello to Andrew with a little raid at Cultaholic? That would be lovely if you want to do that. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evenings. I will see you next Monday for the second half, the final part of my second playthrough of Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland, and we'll start getting ready for a Halloween watch along, which I'm very much looking forward to. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Thanks for all your bits and subscriptions today as well. You've been very generous today. I've noticed it. We've had a lot of things come through, which is really nice, and it means a lot to us. So do pat yourselves on the back for supporting the channel. Thank you all very much. And now go say hello to Andrew from me, won't you? Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Bye, everybody. Where's the button? There it is.